Welcome to OLevels Economics Unit 33 Poverty. Absolute poverty occurs when individuals do not have enough income to meet their basic needs, such as adequate food, clothing, shelter, sanitation, and healthcare. In contrast, relative poverty exists when people are considered poor compared to others in their country. Those experiencing relative poverty may struggle to participate fully in the normal activities of society. Interestingly, someone classified as relatively poor in a wealthy country might not be considered poor if they had the same income in a poorer nation, highlighting how poverty can depend on context. There are several causes of poverty. People may fall into poverty due to unemployment, low wages, illness, or old age, all of which can limit their ability to earn sufficient income. Once individuals become poor, escaping poverty can be difficult due to what is known as the vicious circle of poverty. Those living in poverty often have limited access to quality education and healthcare, which reduces their productivity, job opportunities, and income. This disadvantage can also pass on to their children, making poverty a persistent intergenerational issue. One important way to measure poverty is through the Multidimensional Poverty Index, or MPI. Unlike income-based measures, the MPI considers a range of deprivations across three key areas: health, education, and standard of living. Household surveys are used to assess factors such as years of schooling, school attendance, nutrition, child mortality, and access to essentials like clean water, electricity, sanitation, proper flooring, cooking fuel, and basic assets. Health and education each account for one-third of the total weighting, with two indicators in each category, while standard of living also makes up one-third, but is divided into 6 indicators. A household is classified as poor if it is deprived in at least one-third of these 10 indicators. Governments can adopt various policies to reduce poverty, although their choices may be limited by available tax revenue. Improving the quantity and quality of education is a key long-term strategy, as it enhances job prospects and earning potential. Promoting economic growth through measures such as increased government spending or lower interest rates can boost aggregate demand, leading to higher output and job creation. Introducing or raising a national minimum wage can help those in low-paid jobs achieve better living standards. Encouraging multinational companies to invest in the country can also create employment opportunities. Additionally, governments can provide benefits, particularly for the elderly, sick, or disabled, to help them avoid absolute poverty. However, the impact of increasing unemployment benefits is debated. While it may improve living standards and stimulate demand in the short run, it could reduce the incentive to work if jobs are readily available. Land reform is another policy, especially in countries where land ownership is highly unequal. Redistributing land more fairly can increase agricultural productivity and improve living standards. Efforts to reduce poverty are closely linked to improving overall living standards. Enhancing education and training increases people's skills, income potential, and participation in society. Reducing unemployment raises output and improves access to goods and services. Other important measures include improving healthcare, housing, working conditions, and reducing pollution. Economists, however, differ in their views on the role of government in achieving these improvements. Some argue that government intervention, such as legislation and public provision of services, is necessary. Others believe the private sector is more efficient, suggesting that reducing taxes and regulations, such as lowering corporation tax, can encourage businesses to expand, create jobs, and provide training. Finally, governments may also intervene to influence the distribution of income and wealth. A highly unequal distribution can lead to social division and limit access to basic living standards for some groups. Governments can address this through progressive taxation, which places a higher tax burden on those with higher incomes, as well as through cash benefits and the provision of free education and healthcare. These measures not only support those in need, but also create opportunities for individuals to improve their circumstances. Additional policies, such as minimum wage laws, regional development strategies, and efforts to reduce unemployment also play a role in creating a more equitable distribution of income and wealth. Thanks for watching.